Lordy. Welcome back, everybody. What the hell? Alright, I think that's why are you saying no data? That issue? No. No, everything should be kosher. Weird. I don't know why I did that, but welcome back, everybody. To the 0 people. It's okay. This is a chill stream. Wanted to get through some synergies and stuff like that. We'll have a moment. There's like one thing I want to buy in the shop. I gotta turn this the fuck down. At least at my end. There we go. It's surprising how like quiet things are on PlayStation because I bounce this headset back and forth between this and the controller. Yeah, it's like great shit. I do think I should probably grab this before it resets. It's a little bit discounted, and that'll be nice for the next thing coming up. But I think I'm just gonna get Cherished A1. I don't know about his weapon. It depends on what like updates there are really. Though this feels like this is gonna drop on an off day, is it not? Shh. Back. Like 2 days, 5 hours. That's today is Saturday, is it not? Today's Saturday. So 1 day. Tuesday, and then Tuesday he comes out? Usually comes out on Wednesday. I think. I don't know, it feels off. Definitely feels off, so I'm a little confused by that, but I suppose it's not the biggest deal. I heard also there was on the Southeast Asia a chance to get Marion and Phoebe on here, which there wasn't supposed to, but rare W for them. I haven't worried too much about these. I already have them maxed out. I'm ready for like one more 10 pull, and I'll be able to get a weapon, which would be kind of nice. I'll be able to just get this from I think just using the exchange, right? Yeah, I could just probably pull those, and then hopefully we get Cherished weapon right off the bat. Depends on how good we want and or need it to be relative to some of the other weapons. Like Marion's is really good, and I think better than I expected because of the whole party buffs that we're getting from it. But ooh, hello. That'll be ready in 15 minutes. Actually, no, it's gonna take longer, so let's start that, and then when this comes back, I'll grab these. That's the biggest deal. Alright, let's finish the task. I do stamina and action points. Action points will be really easy, because I get to start with Leblanc. We have to meet Futaba, which is going to be really cool. I don't know that we sat and hung out with the other members of the cast here. Like, I don't know if we hung out with Queen and everybody, but whoa, 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 whoa. I fucked it. I fucked it all up. Tragic. I was all excited for that too. Perfect timing though. We have to max this out at 4,000. So I think one more day we'll do it. So I think by tomorrow we'll be able to cap these, and then I can probably put on some of this. I'll probably put on like Futaba, and I don't know who else I'm gonna put there. Maybe the cats. Well, I say cats plural, but it's just one cat. Wait about your. Well, here's the other thing too, is like we actually do get some other things outside the medals, right? Some of these characters are just medals. Other characters include some dialogue, which skips a big medal reward. Oh, some of these characters give more medals than others. Oh, isn't that interesting, right? No, it's just scrolling earlier in the dialogue tree. Okay. So some of them you do miss, you just get dialogue instead of points, but it's fine ultimately. Let's see what else we got. Anything else I can buy? I don't want to waste the coins on Takemi just for 3,000. Nothing else for me to get here aside from going crazy on her thing, right? You get her weapon and try to get that improved. Getting her to 90 is gonna be tough. And the rest of this all gonna be like music and stuff like that, which will be great for getting a little bit of boost. I don't think it's gonna do anything major. I mean, I suppose I had nothing else to spend the money on, right? And if I buy all this stuff, then I'll be able to get some more as we go. Well, whatever, I guess. So this hurt. Ooh, get more visa checks. Good, neat. Ooh, this is kind of cool. So all these are already unlocked. Went through quite a bit, but I think it's fine. So almost to 47, then 50. And then this should let us get some new things in collections. We get power for a big 6,000. Love that. Yeah, it's nice and free. And the next thing after that's gonna be the fishing pond, and then Dominion. An extra 1.5 in Sea Souls, it's nice. Another 1.5. It's extra 3% damage. So there's a bit of an incentive. Already another level, wow. But we don't get anything at 47. We get the next one at 49? No, we get this. I have to get to close friends with 2 more people, but that should be going up soon enough. Everything else is like 17 at least. Like, we just got kindness up there, so that's technically maxed out. Intelligence will come soon enough. Charm's also very close, but I guess I can work on these, and I suppose I can spend some time with Tomiyama just to finish out her synergy. Though I do wonder what I'm gonna do when I finish maxing everything out. Right? There's not gonna be any point of doing much of anything else, right? Suppose we'll see. Wait, that was step 1 of the day. Never mind. So let's do this. So I can't do Tomiyama, right? Yeah. I'm already at night? Oh, I guess because I'm inside the location, I'm not really getting a sense for it. That kind of tracks. So let me see as far as for Kira what we need to do for this synergy. Because we're going on, let's see. We're going on 15. Oh, so we're about to get our close friend. We get the next one at 17 though. And then after that is just a couple emojis and like an item frame, right? Yeah, the doctor frame. Okay. So nothing insane, but a little bit of something.
早速本題だが、結論から言えば例の患者の手術が認め、これまで堅くなに協力を拒んでいた指導医が突然方針を転換してな。手術を認めるばかりか、執刀も俺に任せ、自分はそれを全力でサポートすると。正直混乱している。一体どういうことなのか。
I don't know, weird things.
患者の時と同じようにか。ありえないとまでは言えないが、どうにも信じがたい。この難度の手術を研修医が主体となって執刀するのは異例中の異例だ。代わりに執刀してもいいなどと言ったが、正直認められる可能性はないと思っていた。だが聞いた話によれば、指導医が院長を熱心に説得し認めさせたそうだ。ここまで来るともはや別人なのではないかと思えてくる。そうでないとすれば、院長と共謀して俺を罠にはめようとしているか。お前はどう思う？確かにそのくらいの気概が必要な状況だな。疑心暗鬼になりすぎて冷静な思考を失っていたようだ。助言に感謝する。いずれにせよこのチャンスを逃せば次はもうない可能性もある。指導医の動きは警戒しつつ手術の準備を進めるとしよう。それにしてもおかしなものだ。当初予定していた会話実験は失敗に終わったにもかかわらず、今や多くのことがいい方向に向かっている。すべてお前のおかげだ。ではそういうことにしておくか。 幼い頃に亡くなった彼以来、友人と呼べるような存在はいなかったが、お前ならそう呼んでも差し支えないだろう。改めてこれからもよろしく頼む。ところで、受け取ってもらえるか。これだ。
Okay.
先日解剖実験をした際にこっそり手に入れた人の眼球だ。貴重品だ。大事にしてくれ。保存方法も教えておこう。冗談だ。本物なわけがないだろう。ただのおもちゃだ。だがよくできているだろう。俺でも一瞬本物と見間違う。
Is that why he's holding the eye in the cut-in? That's pretty good. I like that. Also, I think I might have, I don't want to say fixed or solved my whole little cable issue so far. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I'm using the ports in the back. So one, I'm curious about the audio quality. But two, excuse me, it seems like it's not so tetchy as far as the connection. So I wonder if there's like issue with the ports in the front from overuse or not. So I just gotta do the stamina, which I can burn pretty quick. Do rolling repression, and we'll do the other thing. I missed one day of what's his name, Kira's little thing, so I'd missed out a little bit of upgrade materials. But I mean, I used the stamina on something else, and it's fine. It saves me a couple bottles. It's nothing major. I'm also not so opposed to spending so much stamina on this, because as much as it's like, oh, we have, you know, a few million, we're not gonna have any issues. You run out of this surprisingly quick as you go.
実験を始める。
どんなショーになるのかな。楽しみ。リードは私に任せて。
ハルピューヤ。暗い。この野郎。当てる。
さすがマイだ。
消える。
私も負けてらんない。見とれちゃった。
Alright, solves that issue. And now I can go ahead and keep going. Progress to the next day. Cash these points in. And we'll see what else we have as options. We should probably get our new flower boy the next morning. Kira will probably want to finish on. Yeah, this is a lifestyle issue. So yeah, see, that wouldn't finish, so we can go ahead and invest into this. So that's not too bad. Goals, we can grab these. This puts us... Oh, because we already maxed for the week. Dang it. Okay, that's why. We'll get these soon enough. As soon as the next week starts, I think it's like a tomorrow afternoon. We'll be all good. So I still need to get this. I'll just let my stamina build up. I'll be able to grab those. No big deal on that either. 4 months and clean house for extra. 30 when there's nothing else I'm gonna get from upgrading it. I don't know about that. Oh, it doesn't even let me select them anymore because they're all maxed. Ah, I see. Naruhodo. Alright, cool. So we can go ahead and invest into the metals, I think, and then also work on him. We have form bonds, and we're going into 9 if I'm not mistaken with his. Let's just have this here. Masaki going to 9. Yeah, there we go. He doesn't give too many like points though for his little bond increases. We still have to finish Motoha. Well, you know what? Let's look at it this way, right? As far as things to do, we still have quite a decent chunk. We're also about to hit 35, which would be nice. Where is where is the top? If I look at also hi, we're number 7 now, which is neat. I think that's kind of neat. Am I just talking too quiet, or is my I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. I don't see the character talking as much as it normally does, but it's possible I don't have the mic as close. So who knows? 45, 40. They're not in BW? Maybe they left. Connor, I think, is in BW now, right? Yeah. That's Gok. They joined there. 43, 42, 45, 43, 34, 31, 44. I'm okay. Wow. Oh, you know, that's a good point. Total thief rating. I haven't even been paying attention to that. 270, 270, 277, 61, 276, 66, 44. So I'm well behind these guys. This winter sun just passed the other night, so basically I was doing some more runs. This is currently my best run on Titania, but I don't think it's the best run I could get because I didn't get Harmony Victory on every single turn. I feel like there's a chance that I could get a little bit higher, maybe, I'm not sure. But what I'm also trying to look at is the possibility of doing this as a run without, I guess either using Cherno or in some way trying to be able to use Futaba's S2. But my issue continues to be with Futaba S2 that it's not providing me like really any benefit over using her S1, and I don't understand it. My current all-time best is 329, right? And I think I did this with an S1. I don't think I did this with an S2. Maybe I did it with S2. I don't remember. I gotta double check that because I saved some of these. I have some of them on recording. I'm fairly certain this is an S1. It doesn't make sense to me because you'd think the S2 would be leagues above. You'd think that with an S2, I could get into the 330s, maybe 335, but I might be hitting some kind of soft cap. I may be hitting some kind of cap without being able to bridge into other things. I don't know. I don't know if crit's going to be my answer. Because remember, the Rennings don't care about crit, and the Rennings are also going to be, like, defense capping as well. Am I putting too much effort in trying to make sure I hit the defense cap on the initial damage? Ah, man, because I don't really know how much... I don't know, I'm a little stuck on that because it doesn't seem to check out on the math. It doesn't make sense because I've run the Futaba S2 and you think it'd be a 40% lead. I mean, shit, if you just say everything else being equal, we can even take out the HV, right? Harmony Victory, because that would come out, right? And it's not fair to say it's even like a 1-to-1, so let's call it a 20% increase, right, overall, right? just reduce the amount because it's not as strict in terms of the damage formula. So even a 20% increase, right? We're gonna say 329 times 1.2. Well, 394 is definitely unreasonable. Alright, so 20% increase is going to be unreasonable, and a 40% increase would also be unreasonable, right? Because the 3, well, hold on, let's say this, because I think it's 40, hold on, let me think. How have you been? Doctor, heal thyself! This poor man. If we look at Futaba really quick.
お前が
私の海に一応コミュ障だからな。そこんとこよろしく。
Look at that beautiful 1300. I wish that the damage up was, or attack mult was a little bit better, but because I can kind of mix either between like 11 and like a 6. But the problem is like I don't know where the really the difference is between like a 200 attack increase versus a 6% like damage mult. And maybe I'm attack capping, right? They do have a threshold, and I'm well past it, right? So their math would be 32 is maybe 34 or 3520. No, 60. No, hold on. I'm saying 35. 3160 would be 62. Would be 63. So I'm about 200, 300 over. Right, hold on. Fuck. Yeah, about 300 over the attack. I don't say cap, but core. And my damage mult is definitely low. But the problem is I don't have any super stellar for damage mult. I do have one card,
どうするつもりだ
and it's not bad. I don't have anything that's like super combined between them though. Like there's this one that has the same pierce. But the only thing is that it's giving me the attack mult and pierce. I lose out on some advantage because this has attack, extra attack, and then crit mult. But who cares what's crit mult? Well, crit mult's a nice little touch, right? And this is crit rate and pierce and all that jazz. We don't really care about that in the same way. And I'm definitely hitting with diminishing returns on some of these. I think between the investment. I mean, this could be nice. If I get a full attack roll and an attack dump on this could be a nice card. But I don't need SP recovery. See, it's already junk. What isn't junk though is, bear with me, her SP recovery is kind of dog on one of her sets, and the Harmony Victory is fine, but the Control Departure, I think I ran into issue where I had to S1 instead of S3, so I might need to look into that if I decide to go that route. I think that's where that 329 came from, and I had an S1 instead of S3, and same thing on the Titania run, because I think I still need to run Control Departure on that. No, I think I was able to run Harmony Victory. I think I had just enough Pierce, but either way. It's a toughie. I also don't know what cards he's gonna necessarily want, because I don't think he wants Ice. He might want the Faith and Peace, which also increases defense with shields, because he does a lot of shields. That's his kit. So we'll see, question mark? But I'm not 100% certain. I think I also have some scheme I can invest into. Yeah. So I can increase shield percentage, or I can increase crit mult. I think Do 3 into here or 1 into here? I think the 1 into here is fine. Then we'll get a bunch more when we get to Vishnu and all them. Those guys are coming up soon. I bought Cherno, and Cherno, like, I thought was kind of disappointed, but at least I got like 500 schema out of him. So, question mark. People are also saying to hold up on some of the medals, but I don't know that that's necessarily the best idea, or if it's necessarily worth it. Cause medals in the sense of the treasure demons, because I have the 2 8-star and I have 2 more 7 stars. So there's no sense in me spending the fucking medals if I don't need to, but, you know, because what else am I going to spend them on, right? To get the rest of the group, at least that's, you know, A0. Question mark. I don't know. I don't know what the best options are. I'm glad I didn't waste them on Alice or Goryu, though. They really didn't need it. You have more than enough stamina. If you stretch these things out, you have more than enough stamina to build these kids up. It takes a minute, but it's doable. I was doing his synergy. I'm worried he's gonna turn into a little bit of a yonder. Zhuzh it up. Zhuzh is an interesting word for them to use in this context. What flowers? Well, I guess that was also. Let's say which flowers to be in season, but that depends on what season we're actually in game versus real life. Because I don't know flowers well enough to know what like seasonal things even, what flowers even would be considered seasonal. Is it just because they grow there, or the flowers that happen to look pretty and match whatever the feel of the colors are? You know, white flowers for winter versus, you know, the reds and the orange stuff for autumn, or are they specifically talking about flowers that specifically bloom during those times of year? I know nothing about botany. My only knowledge of botany stems from what can I weaponize in terms of a One Piece roleplay that I used for a character of mine a bit ago. Which, speaking of, there is a current One Piece roleplay that I have active. If you have interest, you're more than welcome to join the Discord. If the link expires, the links are only good for a week. You're more than welcome to make a comment or reach out, try to get in, and I can invite you into the roleplay if you're interested. It's more like a closed group, but I'm happy to have people jump in. We know nothing about him and his family outside the fact that they're kind of wealthy or on the richer side of things. I mean, who has a greenhouse in their back? Jesus, he ran in quick! Why is he so excited? Whoa, that's not good. Go to your family. What do you think? That's not the one I wanted, is it? That is the one I wanted. That's right, he doesn't really have 60-point things. He only has 40s and 50s, which is odd. Which is also frustrating because, like, you come off of, finally at this point, like, for me personally, figuring out, oh, how do I maximize people's points? Oh, I just wait to make sure I'm giving the right answer and the best item on those big days and push us along. And now, when we're actually in the environments, inside the relationships, we get fuck all. Totally unrelated because I'm seeing a figure in my room and I'm just thinking of it. There is a Hatsune Miku concert the day after my birthday, and I'm really debating going. But it's $150 for a Miku concert, and I'll be pretty far in the back and I'm just seeing it on the screen. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to see too much. Is it worth it? I'll be going by myself because I don't have anybody else to do stuff with, but... Well, that's nice. You're still in the hospital? What the fuck happened? No, just hearing somebody's in the hospital is a warranted enough fucking reaction to be like, drop everything, I need to bounce. On the weekends. Ooh. So what's that look for? He's holding my hands, oh my god! You know, I was making jokes before, but I think Flower Boy might actually be gay. Not a slight, it's just an observation. Like, is... Be funny if you could add him into the harem route Valentine's Day event. So that's what that feels like. He's a sweet boy, he's trying really hard. I don't know how to respond to that situation. Because I can't say I've ever actually been on the receiving end. Whether that's a good or bad thing is up to user interpretation, but that's... I know he's coming from a really good place. Boundaries, my guy. I barely know you in the scheme of things. I'm gonna go stand in traffic for a minute. Where's the center of the road? Here? Say about here. Where would you even call it the center, actually? That's a good question, because I guess it'd be like here for this street, but this doesn't constitute the center. I guess it kind of does. Yeah, I guess this works. Anyway, I'm just gonna stand in traffic like an asshole. See what happens. See where it bumps me. It bumped me out to that side. I wonder if I need to be a little bit further and it bump me back. Anyway. I don't need to clean the house like that. I can go ahead and get the metals, block those out. And then we'll have the afternoon stuff, which will probably be Kaio, question mark? And I guess this side too is which character do we need. I still haven't had soccer in a long while, and it's just really been stressing me out. Because I want to get that medal, but I wonder if it's just because they haven't introduced more from the soccer content. There's no other reason for me to not be able to access it. I think somebody also might have mentioned, though, it's possible because we have people as our confidant preference, that it's designated in this slot to bond increases before it recommends the clubs. We haven't gotten the music either. Alright, so Bunny and Yao Ling, who is currently... where?
新薬の実験体これから調子はどうだ体調管理をおろそかにするこれからバイト僕もなんだ新薬の実験体にならない
There, now we're close friends. I don't know if I really care about him. I don't say I don't care about him, but the important thing is done. So we have her also at 15. Well, 16 going towards 17. And then Yui is behind. But I want to unlock his 17 if we can. Because I want that ammo reload. Just to make life a little bit simpler. Especially for somebody like Soy. That's gonna be really nice, and the damage is actually pretty decent too. So I guess the question is, because in that case, you can really gun S2, 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 and it's not a bad thing because Soy's gun does a decent chunk of damage if you burn the whole thing versus an S2, right? So they'll still be getting the defense down from the initial S2 hit and then the gun. And the gun also helps to reduce the amount of damage the enemy does. It compounds pretty nicely. So I wonder if that's going to be a solid play. I have also possibly heard that there's finally going to be a Soy 5-star, along with the new character who we haven't been introduced yet, who basically takes over the new game opening. Alright, and outside of the afternoon, like, we still have a bunch of people here. So, like, if we actually look at how much synergy we have left over, like, we still have 5 levels for him. We have 11 levels for him. She's max. She's the only character with max. We have 3 levels for her. She's ready for a bond increase. She's ready for bond increase. I guess I can take both of them off preference. And we get who we get, because I'm sure they're going to recommend people, especially people who are closer to a bond increase. So it's no harm there, and I don't have anything else that I need to do with him. I don't need to max this out when we compare it to other people. She's about to get 17, so we'll get the last increase, so I can finally do the last stage baseball, because I've been meaning to try that shit. She'd like to get this 7... Oh, you gotta get her to 20 to get that last part. Oh, interesting.
ジェネレーションギャップを感じるわ。
料理人として自分の誇りを見つけるのは
あら、お洋服に
だいぶ俺たち選ばれし者たち
わしも勉強させてもらっている。
That we can't do anything about. That part we can't do anything about. Solid. Solid little wink. Couple other unrelated topics, I guess, while we burn through some of these non-essentials. What do you call it? So, Death Battle. Something I'm finding uber interesting is this whole Tournament of Champions thing. I didn't want to say yes to that, but I guess I'm wrapped into it. I'll just say yes. What does it hurt if I actually don't show up to it? And I do need to increase just a little bit. Death Battle and its Tournament of Champions, or like Champions Island, I think. It's this like borderline Total Drama Island competition that they have between Team Boomstick and Team Wiz and Team Boomstick rather. And so they include a bunch of different characters. And I'm surprised some of the characters who didn't even make the cut, like they had Sukuya on there, Cyborg, fucking Katsuki Bakugo, huge like media sources, and they got, you know, I don't know what the criteria was to get those ones out versus the others, But you have, you know, Hatsune Miku, Springtrap, Slenderman, Steve from Minecraft, a bunch of amazing choices. Kamen Rider Geats is on this list. Kamen Rider Geats is has a immunity in this round along with Saki Izayoi from Tohao. In week like 7 of 10, he's making it to the final 3, and how? And the people who are currently up for elimination are Ash Williams and Henry Stickmin. And I can go on an hour, not to say hour long rant, I can go on like at least a 10-minute long rant about all the different characters that were up for elimination, but John Constantine and Steve from Minecraft were the first 2 out, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get like Spider-Man, Meta Knight, Simon Saran, Freerin, Flowey from Undertale. All these characters are huge in terms of like, you know, potential, like for like how dedicated their fan bases are, and potential for being cool in terms of a death battle. Geats is winning, which is entirely in character for him to make it this far, and I cannot say that I don't hope he wins. Like, I absolutely would love to see this man, because he's such a shit poster, and he's designed for this kind of thing. I mean, you're kidding me. The guys whose catchphrase is, "This one's for the highlight." Oh my god.
今度
僕にで
あなたさんこれからも私め最近けん玉に夢中ですやってみせますねいやあ落としちゃった
But yeah, I think my personal hope is Geese is gonna win. I don't know who currently is in the running, because basically what they had for the last set was like 2 immunities, right? So whoever had the coolest fan art or the best fan art without, you know, using AI or specific commissioning fan art during this competition would be able to proceed or get immunity, and that went to Tohao. It makes sense. And the next one was whoever had the best trailer, which I don't know what they constitute trailer as far as just like the trailer for a possible death battle or trailer for just like for videos or whatever. But I mean, again, the dude is designed for this shit. So. I got a message. Give me a second. Did you just go back to your house, or? Yeah. Well, you go near the house, but she's on your arm, which is, it's cute. I'm so happy you got me a toothbrush. Wow! I always wanted a toothbrush. They don't have these back in China. I feel like I should get something for that. Oh, you know what it probably was? I got fucker all because the weekly, right? Yeah, I didn't get any experience, and even then, it's just weekly experience. It's not reward or stamina or experience or anything like that. Ain't that about a bitch? It's fine. Like if you get it wrong, they just give you a second bite of the apple, which is interesting. Yeah! Oh! Big karaoke. What do we even get for the prize packs? Let's find out. Ooh, tough one. Because we don't really need him for anything else. Well, we do. No. What am I? Who am I lying to? We need his ass. We need him until we get to 17. Then we can ignore him.
冗談だそう怯える
Bear with me. I gotta do this every time now. It's gonna be annoying. Like, but it makes sense. Alright, well, that's that. Right, it's in the same location, gag glasses, and then back to the guy. To Kira. I'll buy, you know, I might as well buy these now, question mark. Yeah, because I'll probably need them in a minute. I haven't been to two of these places. I can go here. Where phone? Their phone. Yeah! Oh, because I was looking at the wrong person. Oop. Oh, wait, no, that was actually wrong. That was the wrong choice. Fuck! Gotta fix this shit. That's a whole 60 points. That's a whole extra fucking thing. Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, now for free. Never gonna happen. I don't need more gacha in my life. As cool as the thing seems to be, and as tempting as it might be to be able to get like what do you call it? Like the concerts from your things. There we go. That should fix that. That's the one I wanted. I could have given him the 20 glasses. No, it's fine. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't matter. It's gonna keep yelling at me a bit to do his thing at some point. But I don't wanna! That's like a whole thing! I have so fucking many. That is quite a lot. I should also spend this in Morgana while I have it before I forget again. Where is the cat? Never gonna use this boy. I'm glad I didn't need to. I have to overinvest and never to get the stats where I need. Cause like, this is at 50. I'm never getting this man to 90. Which I think it might be 70, but either way, it doesn't matter.
私
Too
の
much.
力
Too much.
何か私に
本
我が輩がさっきよし3つある当時回答
Ow! She apparently needed a lot more. It explains maybe some scores, but it's fine.
のカ
次はお前
次これの
さて
いつでも
いい
あ海にそろせ
俺がお前を守ってやる
空気を乱すものあら
待ちくたびれ
I
たぞ
guess this could be better. Eh.
空気
俺がお前を守ってやる
Why does he care about speed? I guess because it wants to encourage that he's faster than your DPS in most cases, but he doesn't need speed as part of his kit. As far as I know, in the same way that somebody like Yowling would care about speed, or Wind would necessarily care about speed. Those are odd. Definitely odd.
埋めた私悩
俺の夜の街を
お任せ
俺にち
僕でも
Yeah, I'm gonna get enough, so I can upgrade some of these characters. I'm glad I'm not sitting on them doing nothing. Some need them more than others. Like, theoretically I could give them to Yusuke to help, but I don't think that's gonna clear his 20 million issue. I don't know how to bridge that gap. I don't know what I need to do to get his character that much better. I've seen some cards, but I don't have that kind of luck when it comes to those things. And it's not like Cookie Run Kingdom with the Beast Kits. You actually had a bunch of different materials you can get to like re-roll either all stats or individual stats, so you can try to get some good cards. This doesn't have re-rolls in the same way because that's where a lot of the stamina gets like spent, is trying to get best RNG. I had a bit of a schizo moment. I'm overthinking. Hold on. I'll run you through my thought process in a second. Okay. So, the thought process is this. From the top. When it comes to cards, there's theoretically a best set, right? And you look at somebody like Mesa, and the best theoretical cards you can get are an attack main stat, generally. Maybe an attack mult on Moon, possibly. And then you want the corresponding attack, either attack mult percentage, and or attack percentage in the case of the Moon card, right? Depends. And you also want flat attack on top of the percentages, right? Then you also want, what do you want? You want, what is it called? Attack percent or attack mult, depending on your main stat, flat attack, pierce, and now you have a flex stat. And of the flex stats, ailment accuracy is the only one that's maybe decent, because he does work with that. And the only reason why that's a consideration is for the instances where we have a ball Yearlinger week. Or I'm sorry, not Yearlinger, Nidhogger. So in a ball Nidhogger week, you would need Mocha one of either sides, and then maybe in some cases you're going to want to use Marion on the other, because you do want the attack mult. They're both really solid options. Here's the thing, right? The best thing that Moko works for Mesa and Haru, who's coming up soon, is the fact that she gives element accuracy. Both of those characters need it desperately. Now, this is the continuing train of thought. If you were like Moko obviously gets heals, and you need her MLD because you need some kind of healer theoretically, unless you switch out for a tank. And in those situations, you could trade out the Moko theoretically for somebody like Leon, except for the fact that he doesn't count because he is support. He is not a healer, he's not a tank, he doesn't count for those things. Alright, so that works against you. Okay, we'll say we put him into SOS. We don't care about anything else, we just survive the same way that we kind of survived with Joker and Leon and all of them during the Power Weeks, right? And we just did our best and hope for good RNG. The problem currently is that we need Leon on Fox's side. Now, theoretically, when we have Cherish, well, no, theoretically Cherish could substitute Leon for Cherish, but I think we're supposed to be switching Yuki out for Cherish because he gives better defense up, he gives more shield, and sounds like he's overall better. Disappointing, but it is what it is, and he also gets 5%. Right, one of the two of them will be gone. The reason why Leon would be good is because he gives such a huge attack buff, and also the fact that he reduces the HP that Mace will have, which will have Jigokuten's passive to kick in, so we'll be able to get even more attack up. Here is where the problem lies. Problem lies is this, right? Even if we assume that we can be able to get the element accuracy to where we need it to be on that situation, we run into the issue that we're also removing the benefit from the crit damage increases that Liam would ordinarily give. So we come out kind of like we are in with Yusuke, where we're not really getting any benefit from it, but at the same time, like, clearly we're hitting some kind of diminishing returns on attack after a certain point. Where that is, I don't know, because I can't get my spreadsheet to work right. And I'd love if anybody is familiar enough with this or is able to help me kind of with some of the spreadsheet or the formulas and trying to get the numbers to work right. I don't think I'd ever be able to get any from Luful to help me with getting to work properly. But if anybody has some more familiarity or willingness to, please by all means, love to God, if you'd be able to like offer help, because I got mine at least to a point. But there's some things in the damage formulas and the way that it kind of calculates some of the stuff that it's not working right for me. Like, I'm trying to get my spreadsheet for Mesa to try to properly reflect the way that rending works, and I don't think that I am. Rending and the bleeds all seem to be a consistent damage amount. But I don't know that they're necessarily like times 13 or how to calculate it. Because you'll notice, or at least I have noticed when I've done the same runs with characters in Guild Battle, right? With the right HP and all other numbers on Mesa being equal, I'm able to do the exact same bleed at the start and basically through the rest of the run. And then the other question then becomes, how does that get impacted by other factors? Like, it seems to be maybe impacted by crit. It seems to be impacted by, but we're using Dion and we're using Yearlinger. And I can't reset without throwing the scores away. Who gets to start with an attack? Moa? Question mark? Who else do we know has an infinite amount of HP? That we can just really go into a fight. No. Who do we know in a fight will get the attack before we do? What other fights get first strike? That's the question to ask. Isn't it? Because the other thing too is we lose crit when Komokuten's passive falls off. We lose some advantage on that. Ah, losing my mind on these numbers. Ah. It's fine. Everything is fine. This is the thing that keeps like bugging. Like in some of these other numbers, they don't make sense, right? For whatever goddamn reason, and I mentioned this before earlier in the stream, my S2 and my S1 from Futaba, they're not making a fucking difference. They're not in any meaningful way. I can get as high of a fucking score using Harmony and Victory with Moko and them proccing versus getting the S2. And the S2 should last for 3 turns, whereas the Harmony and Victory only lasts for 1. But I'm only getting 12% increase versus the 46. So unless it somehow scores differently, the 46% on the down, as a debuff as opposed to a buff. Excuse me, I have no idea. Maybe they hit differently in the damage formula when they're scoring things, right? Oh, maybe they hit differently in the damage formula. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. Back. Snack. Where's my goddamn phone? Here it is. Lufo Net has the damage formula. I don't know how they got the damage formula, but they have it. Now. Wednesday will be the last day because Yusuke and Queen have their time run out then. But Kira doesn't. Kira has 2 days left. Aha. It's interesting. You need less weapon. No, wait, hold on. Yes, you need less weapon materials to max than level. Yeah, it's per skill though. We're gonna level up my requirements for stuff. I don't know now. I also see somebody else tapped and bounced. I mean, that happens. Disappointing, but it is what it is. Say Olivia. Would have been like 2-3 minutes ago? Who knows? Where's my skin? Where eat? No, that's on the table. There we go. Okay, cool. So, I don't know for certain, and I don't have a way to check. And this is where, if anybody is familiar with Google.net, maybe they can help me, but... 25. 25 per, right? Yeah. So you need 100 per. Need more of those.
やっぱりあなた。
君の期待に応えられたらいいけど。
新規な格好だな。
美麗に決めて差し上げて、各自油断しないように。
ハルピュイヤくらえ終わりだ。
みんな怪我はないわね。お疲れ様。
実験を始める。
ハイライト発動可能よ。各自油断しないように。
ハルピュイヤくらえ終わりだ。
ここまでか。
実験を始める。
派手に暴れてちょうだい。各自油断しないように。
ハルピュイヤくらえこれでどう。
終わりにしよう。
怪我はないわね。お疲れ様。
Well, it's not to get the level up on that. Back to Siva. Wrong place!
状態はどれにする。
I think between these... Yeah, but it's not a 3x.
新薬の実験体に僕にできることがあったら何でも言ってね。
I guess I do want to get 13 before Tycoon comes out, so I guess I'll keep going with him. Because there's nobody else that I need. The only thing is Moko. Moko's like another place I can get some money, maybe get a little bit more, but I don't really need it at this point because I'm kind of maxed out. I don't say maxed out, but I'm farther enough now. I don't need to go too crazy. Alternatively, baseball. Yakyu. Yakyu? Yase? I forget what baseball is, but it starts with a Y. I don't know why that's once being the word for it. I don't know etymology. The fuck?
これか。新薬の実験体僕にできることがあったら何でも言ってね。
I had to double check to make sure he was actually talking about whether I need to use the toilet first. He's so weird. He's a good lad. He tries very hard. Uncomfortably too hard. Bro's gotta stop doing drugs when he takes his coffees. It's not good for him. Bro's gonna wake up in a coma. Oh, he finally got his 500. Oh, let's see. What do I do to get my queen score better? How do I get this to 170? Is it just the cards I have on her? What do I do? 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 What do I do?
はーい。オーダーはフィービーでいいんだね。
Hmm.
治療は任せて。
私らを狙うなんて度胸あるやつじゃないか。
リードは私に任せて。行きましょう。
Let's check something real quick before we get started.
手伝ってタレイヤ。もう一人の私、
助かるよ
ペルソナデュ
ペルソナディオニュソス受けてみろ
Do tend to run
おい
out.
でアンペロスペルソナデュオ
オ。ヨハンナ、やるわよ。ペルソナ。なんだ、私もいけるよ。タレイヤ。最高のショー見せてあげる。神秘の英知、酔いしれなさい。治療の時間ね、タレイヤ。来て、ペルソナデュオ。
助かるよ
期待してるよ。やっちゃおう。
ペルソナやめようペルソナいただいていく
かますよやれよペルソナデュオ
行くわよ、ヨハンナ。無理は禁物よ、ペルソナ。手伝ってタレイヤ。もう一人の私、ペルソナデュオ。ありがとうね。
ペルソナユルング受けてみろ
そろそろお姉さんの出番かな。
アンペロス
最高のショー見せてあげる。裏には一緒に踊りましょう。
Damn. At least I get a sense for it. See if this is gonna do it any better.
アンペロスペルソナデュオ
期待してるよ。やっちゃおう。速攻でやりましょう。
See if we do some numbers on the fly, because this is really gonna be the big moment, right? So we don't get Torkaja on this one. So I'll come back to this. Back to this in the last turn. Because it's Zeta, not Taro. Maybe I should reset. Nah, it's fine. Let's play this one through and see what North Sport's gonna look like.
ヨハンナ、ここはペルソナ。行くわよ、ヨハンナ。ペルソナ。治療の時間ね、タレイ。もう一人の私、
助かるよ
ペルソナデュオ。
ペルソナ毘沙門天ディオニュソスいただいていく
I should be good on my defense down as well in this fight, if not mistaken.
かますよアンペロスやれよペルソナデュオ
かけろ、ヨ
I
ハンナ。
know this is gonna hurt because of the bug, but
期待してるよ。
lost like 30,000, so 30,000 is 8 is 24, so 24,000.
私もいけるよ。
Painful. Definitely in pain, Pecco, but oh wait, no. 480. Ooh, 480,000. It'll be fine.
最高のショー見せてあげる。
It will overall be fine.
酔いしれなさい。お願い、タレイヤ。来て、ペルソナデュオ。
助かるよモザイクなんて通じないよ来いアンペロス
ペルソナ受けてみろ
かますよあペルソナデュオ
行くわよ、ヨハンナ。無理は禁物よ。
Do we lose that much from... I guess I should look at that when we get to this turn. attack we get.
礼儀がなってないね
I wonder though if we're losing too much. Oh. Wow! Ah, yeah, you can't skip that. Holy shit, no.
お願いタレイヤ倒れさせないありがとうね癒しの力よ
ペルソナ
ユルング
いただいていく。
そろそろお姉さんの出番かな最高のショー見せてあげる
So it lost me like
裏には
480 in the also damage variance, but
おいでアンペロスやれよペルソナデュオ
期待してるよ
alright, let's do these numbers again.
速攻でやりましょう
Okay, so we have about 70% Pierce, which is a ridiculous amount. And then as far as this, you can also see compared to some arguably better runs, but try to have something like that recorded on previous runs. No, I don't. Ooh, okay, cool. I don't know why I don't. 649. Bear with me, everybody, please. Thank you. Let's go to the shock. 637. We have crit damage, which is 2.773. Pierce is currently 60. What do we say? 61.4, 614. Attack bolt is 163.8, which is probably the lowest thing out of these numbers, relative to everything else. 1.638, and last was like 293, 296.8, 2.968, 2.968. Okay, cool. So that is 80,000 effective power level. Plus, then we get to add in all the other things too. Like we get to add in the shock bonus, which is going to be plus 10. Bumps that up to 92. So my Pierce on here is 73.7. So I will need to check if a crit rate card is going to be better overall, but I want to put in the rest of the buffs or debuffs that we have to factor into this number uber quick. So bear with me as I kind of skim through these. I don't need to see these so much. And we know what we're getting from the Phoebe side as well. Now, let's see, crit damage up is plus 18. Oh, I'm not gonna see the Yearlinger thing until the damage comes in, right? Hold on, let me see. Revo, where is Dion's in here? Non-Vigoring Blend. Crit damage up is 30% from there. What this isn't recording, ooh, look at that, 113%. Beautiful, love to see that. This is not recording my boy and his overclock. Shocked. Ooh, is this the Rainbow Snakes thing? 11%. Is that where that 11% is? 18%. So the 18 and 11, is that? Yes, it is. That's from your linger. Okay, cool. So that is recording like that. Good. Alright, so that's the 10%. I don't care about the special effect final damage because that's gonna get washed out either way. That's neutral. Damage taken counts as elemental ailment. Right, that's for a different thing. Element damage. $169. C plus. What did we say? 35.2? Okay, not as much on the ailments in this guy for like debuffs and everything. So nothing uber crazy, but decent on these for the defense down. And that's what do we see? 63 and 35.8. 35.8 should be plenty, I think, for that. So this puts our final damage looking like 127.7. And I'll be able to play around with some of the other numbers beyond that. See what we can do to increase these numbers. If changing into a crit rate card instead of a crit card is going to overall do more for me. Where did I forget to put the highlight on there? This 1, 5, 1, 3, and a burn. Oh, burn didn't kick in. Oh, maybe it did. 153, so about 2 million short, and that could come from the damage. Now, here's what we get to do with some fun numbers on the fly. Welcome to what I do off stream. Okay? Card comparisons. So I get to see what the changes between these and how these might impact, and see how they're going to necessarily scale. So if I were to change one of these cards, what happens? Right. The other thing too is this accounts for I won't have to like back in or out the benefit I get from the other card, from the Navi, though I'm sure it would be super helpful. Like if I do minus, what is it, 14.7? Excuse me. I lose about 9,000. Now that 9,000 lead to my power levels to track here. Now if I were to instead this, just so it's gonna remind me that's the one I'm using right now. I think I've looked at some of these and I wasn't happy with the results. So if I were to switch this and then look at the other crit rate card that I have, so in this case it's 41, so a little bit better, but I lose a significant amount. The other thing too is, when am I at 100%? And I'm not yet. Oh, what I should have done. Hold on. The problem is I don't get the attack the way that I need it to be. Oh, here we go. This is what I can do. Herp. I'm an idiot. I just do like this. I can just leave the pierce the same. I don't really care about that. I think the pierce should be. Do I need to care about the pierce? What did I say? 35.3? 35. Let's say 35. When do I have to start worrying about that? Yatsu. There you are, love. There's also apparently a bug with Vino at the moment, which is odd, but it's what it is. What are you gonna do? Need an 18%? No. Need 10%. 10%? I do need 10%. Exactly 10%. Well, 10% not counting Navi, and considering my current Navi bonus is going to be double check what that is. Unless he doesn't remove his. He seems to be content. Well, he seems to be okay leaving it there, which is fine for me. 8.6. 1.7 means I need to have at least an 8.3. Yeah, 8.3. So as long as I don't drop below 8.3, should be fine. But I think most of that's anyway coming from my awareness card, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, anyway, so I can go back to this. So, what was I doing? I know this is the most engaging shit, isn't it? The crit rate I have is 23.8. And 208.6. Huge fucking loss. Wait, that only comes to where? How? Because that comes down to 2%. Right, because that's 0.15. Yeah, that part's fine. This part, that's okay. I can work with that number. Going back to what I was doing, and now what I can do is I can copy this down and then edit formula on this. Copy base formula. Cool. And now what I can do is I can edit some of these and see what we got. With the final numbers. In this case, it winds up being a 10.9% attack versus a flat attack. Literally the only difference. I guess the question is, I could see right off that, 1023. $10.74, right? $10.97. $12.49. God damn, that's a decent chunk. Okay. I can completely ignore the other one too. That's fantastic. because we know the rest of that's all the same. 413. That's neutral. That's neutral. That's neutral. This is plus 0.375. And this is plus 0.1772. So that's technically on paper this is better, right? The big thing, like, because that's gonna be close to the 100%. This gives me like a 10% increase in the crit rate overall. I do lose about 30% crit mult. Not worth the risk, I think. Plus, I also want more crit rate anyway. I don't want to go too crazy on some of these either for purple cards. So. Damn. So damn. That's not bad. I really like the attack mult because I'm kind of over. Well, oh, wait, hold up before I even go crazy on that. Fuck, forgot that this was so good. No, it can't be. Not a world where that's better. So these two really are great cards. I mean, I can't get much better than that. It's these cards that kind of have some flex. The issue is adjusting for the pierce rate, because like I said, I needed 8.3 question mark. So do I have anything that's gonna have that pierce that I need on these cards? I think I actually do have something, if I'm not mistaken. This is a 6-1 on attack mult. Do I have any other crit rate with an attack with a pierce? I have this. It's actually really good. Ooh, beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful card. I'm short 3%. But assuming for the sake of argument that were enough Pierce, because I can still manipulate a little bit. There's some other things in there that are kind of interesting. That is touch better. So actually not even as good as the other one that I had there, which is the other crit rate. And I'm also short, so then I have to adjust a little bit more. So at this point what I need is some more crit mults. And if I were to get the crit mults a little bit higher, if I were to get that to, I don't know, 1.8 even, 138, I'd be looking at something kind of disgusting. So I need more Pierce, I need a little bit more Pierce, a little bit more crit mults compared to what I already have. Why are you not working? Hello? Oh, did the thing again, we're just trying to change the color. No, it does it sometimes, so it falls. There we go.
答えないと
Where's that card?
こういうのもあるんだ
This one I was looking at. Here we go. This is some crit mult too in there. I'm losing a bit to instead get 74 and 42 8s. I'm losing kind of a lot of attack though. And the question is, am I starting to get into diminishing returns on stocking into that? This score's better. This is actually better even with less attack, because the mults are better overall. Now the question again is Pierce situation. This is 3-2. Between all of these, what do I have that I can get like 3 more Pierce out of anything? And I'm gonna lose something in exchange for it though. And the question is what and where. I can change this to a crit mult card, and I lose 18% crit rate. It does get me the Pierce that I need. I could change this one, which does give me the Pierce, but I lose way too much, I think, in the trade-off.
準備は万全よ。こういうのもあるんだ。クイーン、準備は万全よ。
I think this comes out too closely to what I already had, and I think it's a little bit worse. Funny enough, we'll find out in a second. Guess I might have to try to see if we can go back a little bit to what I just had about a moment ago. 3, 8, 20. Because the other one wasn't bad. The other wasn't bad. It's coming out a touch better. I don't know if it's gonna be millions better. Could be a little bit better. 307. It's better on the attack mult, I think, right? Well, like 2.5% better on the attack mult. It's not that much better. It's worse. It's actually worse than what I had to start. Fuck. That's how that goes.
存分に活用させてもらうわ。
There's potential in there, but my issue is the Pierce. So I'll need to somehow get some more Pierce in there from Queen or defense down. And the question is, how much defense down am I losing? How much am I losing the defense down, I guess, actually? If she's not. If she's like 6 point... What was this? What did we say? 6.1? She's 6%. So 6% defense down is... $29. So like 182, and I think that's actually about the cap that we can have. Right, I think we only get like another like 2-3 out of that before we hit 3. And that's if she's 80. 38.8. Yeah, it's still 2.8. So I'd still need like 2%. I really do need the 8%, it's crazy. You can't run labor resolve there. Yeah, 8.3 is the sweet spot. No way to squeeze an extra 2% Pierce out of here, though. That's the issue. Whoop. Which is a shame. Certainly a world where that could be beneficial, but... Oh, look at that. Crit rate. Beautiful. Beautiful numbers in there. Run this, but I'm still losing out over the mults and yeah, this. And I was looking at a crit rate card, I think. Would have been this one.
えないとね。任せてちょうだい。リードは私に任せて。行きましょう。
礼儀がなってないね。
お願いタレイヤ。もう一人の私、ありがとうね。ペルソナデュオ。
ペルソナ
ディオニュソス、受けてみろ。
おいでアンペルソナデュオ。
行くわよヨハンナ。やるわよペルソナ。いた。なんだ私もいけるよ。最高のショー見せてあげる。神秘の英知酔いしれなさい。手伝ってタレイヤ。
Sorry, bear with me. I don't remember what Marion does here. I think it's S2. Yeah.
ペルソナ。ありがとうね。期待してるよ。
I care about these two anyway. All right. And then Wonder Highlight.
ペルソナ、これでどうだ。
かますよアンペロス。やれよペルソナデュオ。
ヨハンナ無理は禁物よ。ペルソナ。治療の時間ねタレイヤ。
Would a Yearling or Highlight be better? Because then we can S2 T1 and then we can still go into all this shit. We just don't care about the ads. We'll be healing through it anyway. And then we get an extra attack turn with Queen S3. But then we don't get Tarkaja. Hmm.
もう一人の私ペルソナデュオ。ありがとうね。
ペルソナ
ユルング、
これでどうだ。
なんだ私もいけるよ。最高のショー見せてあげる。裏には一緒に踊りましょう。
アンペロスペルソナデュオ。
そろそろ決めちゃう。速攻でやりましょう。
So it should be 87.5 plus the extra damage on that. Does that track what my spreadsheet says? 87.4, so okay, it's about the same. Maybe rounding issue. There's some weird rounding stuff that I noticed in this game where my numbers weren't coming up on the spreadsheet. It was off by like I think 15 points at the tail end of it. Which is a little bit odd. Anyway, Queen Crash out if I'm not mistaken, yes. Yeah, or Highlight rather.
これで決める。フルスロットル。行くわよヨハンナ。ここはペルソナ。かけろヨハンナ。ここはペルソナ。
Everyone should lose a little bit of lead on the extraction. Always. A little bit less damage. I don't know what costs that change.
治療の時間ねタレイヤ。もう一人の私
確かに
ペルソナデュオ。
ペルソナ
毘沙門天ディオニュソス、
受けてみろ。
Thinking of something. Thinking of putting Yearlinger in 2 and 5 instead of 3 and 6, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to benefit us. Besides, we need him for Zeodine anyway for that, so it doesn't matter. And we're on team 5, right? Yeah. So. No. What are we on? No, we just did Rebel. No, okay. I was off of my turns.
動きづらくさせられちゃってる。ここはペルソナ。期待してるよ。
The heals it's fine anyway on the in-between turn. That part's fine, it's just we do use that first turn for the next one. That feels weird and wrong and bad. I'm not thrilled about it, but I understand it. Is the issue.
最高のショー見せてあげる。神秘の英知酔いしれなさい。手伝ってタレイヤ。来てペルソナ。ありがとうね。
モザイクなんて通じないよ。来いアンペロス。
ペルソナ受けてみろ。
かますよペルソナデュオ。
ヨハンナ無理は禁物よ。ペルソナ。大丈夫だから。手伝ってタレイヤ。倒れさせない。ありがとうね。癒しの力よ。
ペルソナユルング受けてみろ。
We do the Zeodine anyway because we would make sure that we have the stacks. If Vito's first, you don't have to worry about that. You still get your things, but you start losing some stuff. In this case, I believe I don't know. There's a chance that you lose your buffs that you need. For we're not making any use of. Eh. We're not making any use of friggin' tower from Wonder, like, at all. Because we don't need the Raccoon, right? Which would have been the thing that would have been the big draw and why we need to manipulate that, but I guess in our case we don't have to worry about it. But are we losing issues? Are we losing a significant lead because of the tower stacks? On that, I don't know.
裏には一緒に踊りましょう。
おいでアンペロス。やれよペルソナデュオ。
そろそろ決めちゃう？速攻でやりましょう。
So all those are still the same. Yeah, we don't have tower in here. Bullseye Bomber is damage taken 16.9 times 3. I wasn't factoring that part. Ooh, I didn't notice the 3 in there before. Ooh, how does that relate? That's rounding. That's rounding for 0.1, I guess. The crit mult also factors in other things that I'm not tracking. No. Crit mult's less than I'm expecting. That tracks. Why is my crit mult off by like 30%? Because this also has the 0.18? Okay. We don't care about PB Bug in this case because it's the last turn anyway. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. The top of the turn. My bad. Forgot where we were in the rotation. Is it 10, 15 million more? No, it's not probably gonna be 1.7, but it might be 1.57? 5.2. Scored low. Ah! Or it's only a little bit better. What, is it just damage variance that I'm fishing for, or is there something else in the mechanic that I'm missing? Or is it just a stat issue? Scored error. I gotta look at the numbers to see what I was doing different than. Those might have included. You know, to be fair though, I think even with including like cord in there, I think I dropped something to get fit cord in there that was working. It's like 170. You really can't fit cord in this rotation. You can't. You really can't because you need a healer or a tank, one or the other. You gotta do it. You can't not do it. That was a long brief aside to accomplish nothing. Same thing with the SOS, but I don't like fucking around with the SOS because, especially right now with the Mesa, because you can't see progress on there. Over 100, it hides the score. You can't show you a number that big, which is I find funny. I don't know why, and it's an oversight I guess on their part. I guess if the number was like half of what it was, it'd be different, but what I can check though is one is Guild Boss. So we're currently 5. So they're 8.9. I think Japan is 11 billion for their top 1. Which is insane that Japan is beating us in score. Now I don't know if they're doing a different rotation though. Or if they just have more like bigger whales. That I don't know. I'm frustrated I'm short the 16 million here. I don't think I can squeeze that in the last little bit. I know Martyrs just got it. Good for them. If any account's gonna hit it, it's theirs, right? Their account should. I don't know what I need to do to get that last little bit. Frustrates me a tiny bit. Tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. But I don't think my queen can pull it off, and the issue is I could borrow a queen that could be stronger, because I know there are some. Alright. Dark's is pretty good, and Yami's I think is okay.
任せてちょうだい。期待には応えないとね。
46, 79, 21, 20. They don't have the attack mult though, but it might be fine. The rest of the stats are really nice. Their pierce is fine. And I can't just be like, let me just use my PB instead, because my PB does not hold candle. Way better than mine. Wow, what a world of difference. Well, it's like another 10,000 on mine. Jesus. And then Dark has traditionally had a pretty good queen, if I'm not mistaken.
クイーン、準備は万全よ。
Can't see anybody else that has a queen up for borrow. I think it's just that. Alright, what the fuck?
期待には応えないとね。
Yeah. And then I can also sacrifice some other stuff. I need to sacrifice the element accuracy, but I could if I wanted to. Wanted or needed to, I guess, are the caveats there, right? This is that number in there, right? So the other one I think is better base attack. Saying 225 and 9. So Yami has the best out of all of us, hands down. If I could borrow that as an assist, I would. I guess there's a question. Since I'm already borrowing an assist on that side, my score is already locked
クイー
in.
ン、準備は万全よ。
How much do I lose from using my BB versus theirs? And I can do that same math. Because I can do this. Okay, and then we say if we pack ours the same way, we want to trust power, right? And then we're saying that that's gonna be so we're hitting Pierce, no issue, right? Yeah, should be an issue. All right, now we go to these.
さて
私に任せてくれてもいいんだよ。君の選んだこれで私どうなっちゃうのかな。
Maybe like trust power better overall. If we can swing it. In which case. Who to borrow from? Hard to borrow from anybody. Yeah, it's not a great set, man. Like, I'm being completely honest, it's kind of dog shit.
みんな一緒に頑張ろう。
More than just the face of them, right? It's also the multiplier. Let me look to see super quick what I'm looking at with this. I think I can push the fight about the same. Problem is, it doesn't show me the fixed number, it just shows me the percentage on these, which is not ideal. It's fine, but not perfect. Like, what does 15.4% mean? I don't know. That doesn't mean fuck or all to me. I don't know. There is 10.3. No, whatever the percentage sign in that, for whatever reason, let me have it on that one, not the others. Does not fucking matter. If we do the same thing where I'm able to get the 4 stack on these, then I can go ahead and track the difference there. How much I lose from this using mine. And the problem is I just need to find a fight that can last long enough for me to try it in with an assist. Like, I guess I could do this. Drama repression or yeah, I guess this works, question mark. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, yeah, there we go. Cool. Trading this out for you should hopefully be able to hold your buffs through this. Where is? Did they take them off? Is it just in a different spot in the list? Why is Yami not here anymore? But they were before. Well, even so, right? I can still theoretically see.
今日はよろしくお願いします。
Wait, where the fuck did Dark go? The heck?
任せてちょうだい。
There we go. Weird. It's gonna be mine. It's gonna be a really shitty one that I have, right? We have. So I just want to mainly see. Well, fuck it, I can just use mine. It's okay. I can kind of scale it off that.
任せてちょうだい。
Just wish I knew how to get the damage at a glance. Oh, for one thing, that kind of sucks.
治療は任せて。
Granny is here. There we go. And then
見せてあげようかね。
任せてちょうだい。みんな、怪我したら私に言ってね。
I need the whole go through. I'll be able to just do it in one.
リードは私に任せて。手伝って。行きましょう。倒れさせない。
助かるよ。
癒しの力よ。
ペルソナ。
ディオニュサス受けてみろ。おいでアンペロス。ペルソナデュ
最
オ。
高の一撃決まっちゃったね。行くわよ。ヨハンナ。やるわよ。ペルソナ。そろそろお姉さんの出番かな。最高のショー見せてあげる。神秘の英知酔いしれなさい。お願いタレイヤ。来てペルソナ。ありがとうね。期待してるよ。やっちゃおう。
ペルソナ。
Why do we have some foods to highlight? Damage and at least use Tarakacha instead of Seedine. No, because that should put shock through there, right? I think it. Well, actually, the highlight might not apply shock. I think it does, but I don't know that it does.
これでどうだ。
おいでアンペロス。ますよ。やるよ。ペルソナデュオ。
最高の一撃決まっちゃったね。行くわよヨハンナ。無理は禁物よ。ペルソナ助かったよ。
No, but they're gonna lose that when they go into their break. That's fine.
手伝ってタレイヤ。倒れさせない。ありがとうね。癒しの力よ。
ペルソナ。ユルング。これでどうだ。
ここは私に任せて。
アンペロス。
最高のショー見せてあげる。裏には一緒
I
に
can
踊
also
り
just
ましょ
check
う。
the difference, I guess, and just use that as a flat calc too between mine and theirs. Maybe on a percentage basis, but whatever. Who cares? It gives me a ballpark. There's some plus minus 50. I don't know that it makes a difference. It'll make a difference, but it's not going to be as earth-shattering a revelation as the major loss in crit in damage.
ペルソナデュオ。
そろそろ決めちゃう？速攻でやりましょう。
I don't know if those are 4s. Those might not have been 4s. I need to keep pushing, but at least this gives me a initial idea. So lose about 4.9% crit rate, 6.1% attack. They were saying that was 12,649, I think. Well, also, I'm saying this is 13. Well, no, that's 13.4. No, yeah, never mind. 649. Yeah, if we want to say that's considering it's ours, 649. 649, we're losing about 1,000. Let's say it's 1,000 at the worst. Because it could be as bad as 1,000. Well, we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. Crit rate was minus. What did we say? 5.9, 4.9. Oh, that's already huge loss. Oh fuck. Oh, why didn't I get her R5? Oh, tragedy. That's less of an issue than that. And then this is gonna be, even if we say it's 500, let's be generous and say it's only a 500 point swing. It's still huge loss overall. Well, I mean, it's good to know. I mean, this is why we're kind of doing this, to try to get like an idea, and some of these numbers aren't super clear. That is what it is. Alright, well, that's about 3 hours. I got a good chunk done as far as... Oh hey, we still got to do this. Oh, fantastic. So we'll do like 1 or 2 more to finish the night, I guess. We get the major one, which is talk to Fujaba, just because I wanted to start and see what that was like at Leblanc. And then, I don't know, it's not like I'm doing anything else major for the rest of the night, but it's kind of early, but I got other stuff I guess I could do. I might just wind up doing more runs. I don't know. It's not like anybody else is going to be jumping in at any point soon. that rank up or just the bond thing? No big rewards, just hanging out, kinda cool. Versus this, which I kinda need. I don't think this would be nice for some extra gems, but I don't need the gems that badly in that way. Not for this account, not for the way that I've kind of invested my stuff. Maybe if I didn't, that could. Hey, Rain. Well, that seasonal kind of thing is kind of a good reason to stop, I suppose. Because I'd like to keep this weather a little bit longer if I want to do some more runs, especially on the Yusuke side. See, the other part is also, like, my cards would suck. And I'd also lose that huge, fucking huge 14% lead. How the hell does he have a 30-something in critical? That's crazy. Dude, Yanagi, your cards are insane. It's gotta be mainly from like a really awesome trust that's like an all power dump, and then or all critical dump, and then yeah, no, I think that's probably a good spot to stop the stream because everything else is gonna be negligible 3x, and maybe I can do some other stuff and I'll come back like Thursday when the new content drops. We'll see how that goes. We'll be able to do some polls and maybe some other things. Hopefully get a couple more eyes on here, but otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks to anybody who stops in to watch. And, hope you have a great night, and if I don't see you before then, happy Thanksgiving. Peace.